Dear learners, today we are going to discuss pointers in C. A pointer is a variable that represents the location rather than the value of a data item, such as a variable or an array element. Within the computer's memory, every stored data item occupies one or more contiguous memory cells, that is, adjacent words or bytes. The number of memory cells required to store a data item depends on the type of the data item. For example, a single character will typically be stored in 1 byte, that is 8 bits of memory. An integer usually requires 2 contiguous bytes. A floating point number may require 4 contiguous bytes, and a double precision quantity may require 8 contiguous bytes. Suppose V is a variable that represents some particular data item. The compiler will automatically assign memory cells for this data item. The data item can then be accessed if we know the location, that is the address of the first memory cell. The address of V's memory location can be determined by the expression &V, where ampersand is a unary operator called as the address operator that evaluates the address of its operand. Now, let us assign the address of V to another variable PV. Thus, PV is equal to &V. This new variable is called a pointer to V, since it points to the location where V is stored in memory. Remember, however, that PV represents V's address, not its value. Thus, PV is referred to as a pointer variable. The relationship between PV and V is pictorially represented here. V is a variable which holds the value, and PV is a pointer to V. This is a sample program for explaining the declaration of a pointer variable. Hash include stdio.h main. Within this, we have two variables u and v, which are ordinary variables where u hold the initial value as 3. And there are two more variables pu and pv, where pu and pv are preceded with the asterisk symbol, which indicates these two are pointer to some integer value. So pointer to an integer. So now pu is equal to &u. This statement assigns the address of u to pu. V is equal to asterisk pu. This assigns the value of u to v. Next one, pv is equal to &v. So this makes pv is a pointer to the variable called v. So next two printf statements are going to print the values u, the value of the variable u, &u, the address, pu, the pointer variable, which hold the address of u, and then pu, which takes the value, initial value of u. So likewise, we are going to print v, &v, pv, and start pv. Note that pu is a pointer to u and pv is a pointer to v. So pu is a pointer to u and pv is a pointer to v. Therefore, pu represents the address of u and pv represents the address of v. Pointer declarations will be discussed in the next session. So execution of this program will result in the following output. So next one, this pictorially explains there are two variables u with the initial value 3 and v is assigned indirectly by the usage of the pointer variable. So pu is a pointer to u which holds the address of u, and pv is a pointer to v. So the content of pv will be F8C, the hexadecimal address, which is the address of v. Thank you.